Going blind in a week is absolutely changing the way that I see myself, and definitely not in the way that I would have expected. But slowly over time, I have been losing my vision permanently, as it turns out, and I didn't even know it. I have a condition called keratoconus, and it has really shaped what I see. It's prevented me from being able to read small print. Glasses don't work for this eye, and a whole host of other things that I have learned over the last, oh gosh, few months that have been affecting me over the course of my entire life. And so it's given me all of this new information, and it's been very scary. But here's one thing that I did get. I've given myself the sense of needing to feel beautiful and that it's okay to just let that be on the inside and to kind of shun and like avoid thinking about myself as a pretty person, as a person who looks nice, as a person with an aesthetic. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, there's nothing that's any better about approaching life that way compared to accepting and appreciating the physical beauty and the physical prettiness that I carry every single day with me. So I'm really, really happy with where I am with my body as it is, and I love myself. And that is a great place to start from, right? But the other thing is that I just want to achieve an aesthetic. And I know that that sounds super vain, but it's actually really important to me. And it's something that I've really wanted for a long time. And I haven't given myself the like grace to just want to have a certain look. And not a look that I can't personally achieve, but a look that feels good to me, where my body is strong and firm and where I have the ability to get outside and like go run like crazy, but I also have like a toned element to my body and like just a lightness and a flexibility that I haven't had before. And it's just something I want. I had this deep limiting belief that has been preventing me from appreciating all of me, only the inside. I've been neglecting the sense of personhood that I have on the outside. And the threat of losing the ability to see myself, the threat of losing the ability to appreciate my physical person, what I see with these beautiful eyes, has taught me it's actually a serious gift and a privilege. One that I have been just throwing in the trash because, as beautiful and pretty as I feel, I haven't been maximizing that sense of beauty, that sense of prettiness. All for the sake of feeling like I'm being deep, all for the sense of feeling like I'm reaching some better version of myself inside. And don't get me wrong, that reflection is important, and I'm grateful that I've been able to do that. I'm grateful that I've been able to think about myself in all of these different terms and respect all of who I am on the inside, but it shouldn't have come at the expense of the beauty of who I am on the outside, of the prettiness of me on the outside. And I want to do something about that. And you know, it's kind of crazy because I think that as a mother, we're expected to kind of like give up at some point on the idea of having an aesthetic. And honestly, I don't think that's fair. Yeah, and I haven't been fair to myself, I guess, because I really like how I look, and I know that there are things that I can do with my body to make it look better to me, that I can enjoy more in my own skin. And it's not for someone else, but it is for just a vain aesthetic that I want, right? I like when my belly has like, you know, a curve to it, right? I like when there's kind of more flatness. I don't really care about a six pack or whatever, but I like that feeling when there's like more flatness, when my legs feel longer and toned and like I can see all the striations in my quads. I like that. I like when I'm able to walk and there's not as much of the swishing, and it's nothing against being that way. I like myself how I am now. I think I'm kind of cute, right? My whole sense of self and my sense of self-worth is where it ought to be. I just I just think I can look better, like for me. And I know that as a 34-year-old, who's a mom to a toddler, that a lot of people might not think that should be my priority. I even think that it's like not supposed to be my priority. And I want to release myself from that limiting belief, because the truth is, it is limiting, and it's limiting in a way that leaves me feeling like I'm not achieving the pinnacle of what my vision for myself is. And I've been thinking about this for so long, like, you know, and I've been trying to, like, I guess, be deep about it, and be like, what is it that I'm missing in this life? And, how can I achieve, the highest sense of self that I can possibly reach? And I'm realizing that it's really whatever I want. And and that can include something as basic as my aesthetic, right? If I want to wear long dangly earrings and I don't have anywhere to go, I can still wear them. If I want to wear, my nice fancy glasses, even though I can't really see through them on my left side, I can still wear them. If I want to wear nice sunglasses, I can just put them on. And even if it is vain, like, vanity isn't a disease. It's not an evil. It's not a crime. It's not a sin. But something inside of me for years and years, and it really woke up when I got pregnant, saw vanity as something that I was supposed to avoid as a woman, something I was supposed to avoid as a mother, something I was supposed to, like, shy away from, and to not feel pretty, to not feel beautiful, to be like, oh, well, beauty is more important than being pretty. And I don't know. I don't think that's true. I think they can both be really important to you. I think it's okay to want to be beautiful, and it's okay to want to feel pretty, and it's okay to want to look pretty, and to have no other reason than I want to. And so I'm challenging myself to connect with that aesthetic and to feel like I look pretty, to feel like I look hot, to feel like I look the way I want to look physically. And I'm so game. I'm so down. I'm so excited for that. There are so many things that I've been doing just by, like, live streaming over the last few months, and I had a hiatus from live streaming for a while. I tried to jump back in. I have eye surgery coming up, and, like, things are just going. They're going, right? And life is lifing. But as that's happening, I don't want to lose sight of myself. And, like, this surgery is going to make my eyes super puffy. I'm not going to be able to see. I'm going to be functionally blind and need a lot of help. I'm not going to be able to drive myself for a really long time. And for 1 week, I'm not going to be able to work out because I need to rest and recover, right? But what I'm giving myself grace for, what I'm giving myself space for, what I'm hoping to just allow myself to do, is to enter into this next season where I'm looking at myself and going, what makes me feel pretty? And I'm going, oh, these earrings, I'm going to wear them. I'm going to, dress a way that I enjoy. And I'm going to work out with the purpose of making my body a little bit smaller. I am, like I said, currently 181. I think that, like, for me, getting to probably around, like, 150, 155 will be good for me, for my body. By the way, I am not a short person. I am 5'10" ish. And so I'm not trying to be, like, extra skinny or anything like that. I like curves. I like having body fat where I have it. I like having muscle. I like that there's tone that can be played with, that muscle adds on weight. So I'm not worried about, like, the actual number. And also doing kind of body checks. I'll show you, like, what the look is, and then we will go from that look to the next look as we build the aesthetic, build the vision. You know what I mean? I feel like because there are so many things that we have to do in this life, as moms, because there's so much that we have to lean on and to kind of, like, focus on, and so many people who lean on us, it can be easy to be like, oh, that's just not, that's not a priority. And I'm going to go blind in a week. and I'm gonna stay that way for an undetermined amount of time, possibly a month, hopefully less, possibly more. But I really hope it'll just be a month, and at the most, and hopefully I'll get my vision back quicker than that. But I'm realizing like it's gonna be so much time where I'm going to have to focus on just getting back to normal. And I don't want to live my life stuck in a rut. I don't want to show my daughter what it looks like to give up. I want her to see what it looks like when you have a goal, you have a mission, and you say, that's what I want to do. And then you stick with it and you go for it. And I want her to know that it's okay to have a shallow goal. You don't have to want to always change the world. You don't have to always want to be doing something that's deep within yourself. And sometimes when you give yourself the space not to be thinking about the depths of yourself and the depths of the world around you, you might even see something worth changing. You might even see something worth engaging in. And as I look for what it is that I want to achieve in that more ethereal realm, I know that there's so much waiting for me right here in my own body. And I want to connect with my body. I want to connect with and manipulate my body. I want to connect with and expand my sense of self from a physical standpoint. And that is very, very strange for me. I'm like very guilty of just being like a neck up person and like being very cerebral and thinking about the world around me, thinking about what I've got to do. And I'll do whatever is practical if I have to do it and I know it's important. But I have a right and dare I say a responsibility to recognize the value in doing those things for myself just because it's me. I intend to be putting on a good amount of muscle. I intend to be losing some body fat. I intend to be changing and moving around the shape of my body. But like I said, I like the shape of my body and I'm happy with it. But we are absolutely making some big changes here. So stay tuned. If you are new here, you're going to want to subscribe because you're going to want to see this. You know, I'm living into that like super like hot mom era and I'm happy about this, okay? Like, and I'm not doing it like for summer. This is for my life, man. Like the thing I'm most excited about is that I'm doing this to let myself be who I want to be, who I envision myself to be. And I'm taking the route that I've never tried before, which is just like looking at me as I am and all of this and saying, what do I want to see when I look in the mirror? And like I've done the deep work to get here, but I've been hiding behind that deep work to avoid letting myself live into the body I want to have. And that's not fair. That's not fair to this beautiful woman that I see right here. She deserves to feel pretty too. And she deserves to feel prettier and more beautiful as she wants to feel and look and be. But it's more about feeling like I am in charge of what my body looks like, what my body feels like, and what I do with this body. And that is something no one else can teach me. It's just something I have to do.